Although we are not fashion followers, we all know that fleece jackets are made from sheep's wool, right? I used to wonder about that. Every day, people produce millions of fleeces, so millions of tons of wool are needed. So what is the fastest way to separate sheep's wool? Please watch the video today. New idea to finish separating 1,000 fleeces in one day. The textile industry was born many centuries ago. At that time, people were known to use wool to make clothes and raise sheep, but the separation of the wool was also very rudimentary. That was using a knife or scissors. But today is different. With creative ideas, people can separate thousands of fleeces every day, meeting production needs. Sheep shearing is the process of removing the thick undercoats of the sheep from the animal's body, neck, and legs. This is the process required to obtain wool fibers from sheep's wool for use in the manufacture of wool products. To separate the fleece, people often use a kind of tool called a splitting table or hair separator. This tool can help separate the coat more quickly and efficiently than manually. When performing wool separation, there are large sheep. People fix it to stand still and then use a machine to evenly separate the hands, causing the fur to separate from the sheep. You see the sheep standing still to let people work. Perhaps they are too familiar with this situation. Separating the sheep fur is also to protect their health. In many places, a typical sheep splitting contest is held in Northumberland, England to honor this work and to introduce visitors to the process of weaving wool from sheep's wool. The men are in good health, holding a splitter in one hand and a sheep in the other, and very quickly, only a few minutes, they have separated one coat. The winner of the contest will be the one who separates the sheep the fastest. The sheep are raised for their wool, so they are very docile and even lie dormant for the humans to shear. What do you think about this job? Very interesting, isn't it? The livestock and fur harvesting industry, providing hundreds of tons of wool for the fashion industry, meets human needs. You see these men separating sheep very quickly. With this method, perhaps 1,000 fleeces are separated in a day. You see, this is a corner of the sheep and shearing farm. In this room, everyone is busy working. Each of them has their own duties. Tall men were responsible for separating the wool, while the woman used a broom to gather the wool and put it in the container. You see the hair removal is very fast. The containers and piles of fleece gradually fill up and are put into the machine for cleaning. It was one of the daily routines of sheep ranchers. Do you know how to effectively separate sheep's wool? If your family is raising sheep to separate the wool, then check out these ideas. If not shaved by humans, how will sheep handle their own hair? Most sheep breeds today do not often molt. If 1 year without separating their hair will grow more. If you accumulate it every year, the thickened fur is very dangerous for sheep. The thick coat that is not trimmed causes a sheep to die from the risk of infection or even not being able to get to the toilet. In addition to the separating machines, people use fur separation tables, which are for sheep to lie fixed on the tables and conduct their hair removal by machine. This method is often used with sheep that are afraid to separate their hair or they struggle so much that they have to be fixed. This also makes the job much faster. And before there were modern machines to trim the fur like now, in the old days with primitive sheep breeds, people got their hair by pulling by hand or harvested in the field when the sheep's wool fell naturally. Currently, the more rudimentary way is to use shears to cut sheep's wool. Using scissors will take longer than using hair removal tools. Even if you are not careful, you will injure the sheep. We've just been following new ideas to finish separating 1,000 fleeces in one day. If you like it, press the like button and leave your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to receive the latest notifications. Goodbye and see you again.